Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Hy-Vee Today. If you're with us in the morning, it feels early. My daughter, who is 6 months old today, officially not sleeping a lot again last night, so this show is definitely going to be brought to you by this giant espresso drink and pure adrenaline. If you're watching this at night, I want you to know that we're doing the show at 8:30 in the morning because a lot of you watch it at 10:30 at night, and I don't want you to think that I'm sitting here at 10:30 p.m. with a giant espresso because then you could assume, well, Tony, that's why you're not sleeping because you're drinking an espresso in the evening. No, this is in the morning right now when you're seeing this. Two things I want to mention before we get rolling. Today, April 2nd, is Autism Awareness Day. Folks are encouraged to wear blue. You can see by the color of my shirt that I am participating in that. And there's different ways that you can take part for sure. This link comes from Autism Speaks, which is a great website. If you're ever going to look to order things like autism awareness t-shirts or bumper stickers or stickers and you want the proceeds to know that they're going to a good place, Autism Speaks is one of those organizations that I would recommend. I've bought several items from them over the years, and today is National Autism Awareness Day. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on in the show, so stay tuned for that. The other thing I want to mention is, as of this morning, and when you see this tonight, it could be sold out. This Saturday, April 6th, we've got the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter New Beginnings fundraiser at Geneva Golf and Country Club. I'm going to say there's about 10 to 15 tickets left at this point. But I could be wrong. I mean, by the time you see this, it could be sold out. So just get online, mcsaiowa.org, get your tickets. All of that money helps keep the doors open at the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. They receive no funding from the state or the federal government. They need donations, individuals, corporations, and this fundraiser accounts for a third of their budget. So think about that. If you're looking for something to do, it'll be a wonderful time. I promise you that. You're greeted with champagne when you walk in the door by yours truly and my friend Jordan Davis with KWPC Radio. We've got a wine pull photo booth program, silent auction with some of the biggest baskets of goodies and experiences, and then some wonderful live auction items. mcsaiowa.org. Go to the website, get your tickets before it is sold out, and that is going to be a good problem to have, a sold-out New Beginnings fundraiser. And I say hi to Judy Yates, who runs the Domestic Violence Shelter, watching with us live on Facebook, and our friend Ashley Lovelace, who is helping us out with the use of her selfie station and a donation from the Muscatine Sportsplex, which is a fantastic place here in town. With all that being said, I want to get to our first guests that are joining us, and we're going to have some fun this morning, including some music on the show, which does not happen that often. Jan Phillips is with us, who is the director of the Muscatine Civic Corral or Choral, Jan? Corral, okay. And then we have Richard Scafaro, did I say that right? Scafaro, who is going to play the bandit. I'm going to say it right. Say it again. Bandonian. Why is it so hard for me to say that? We just said it before we started the Bandonian. Jan, thank you for coming on.
Yes,
I appreciate
thank you.
it. Richard,
Tony,
so good to see you.
Thank you for inviting me.
I told these two before I came back, I was getting my Starbucks, and my coworker Eric said, yeah, two people walked past and one of them had a big bag. And I was like, Richard probably brought it. So this is really exciting. So welcome, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invitation.
And Jan, I mean, this is so exciting to have someone as talented as Richard in Muscatine. Right?
Yes.
This is a big deal. And this is all part of a performance that's coming up this Thursday, April 4th at 7 o'clock at St. Mary Matthias Church, right off of 8th Street. So how did this come to be? I want to start there. I mean, I know that you've been involved in music for a lot in a lot of different capacities, but as far as bringing Richard to Muscatine, Iowa, how did we get here?
Well, the Muscatine Civic Corral has been a part of Muscatine since 1975. And the founder of the chorale is Giordano Martinez, and he was my instructor at Muscatine Community College. And I have stayed in touch with him. He is now the director of the Naperville chorale, and so he told me a couple of years ago, he said, we just did this exciting work by an Argentinian composer, Martin Palmieri, called the a tango mass, Misa Buenos Aires. And he said, it's an exciting piece, but if you're going to do it, you have to have a bandoneon. And so I started searching for a bandoneon. And you know what? In the Midwest, I couldn't find a bandoneon player. And so I searched, I contacted all of the neighboring universities, and no one, they had contacts for me, but they were far away. So then I contacted Giordano Martinez again. I said, I need this bandoneon. So he connected me with Richard. Richard is who played for his concert a couple of years ago in Naperville. And then Giordano said, Muscatine needs to hear this music, and he's right. The chorale has just enjoyed learning this piece, and it's the first time we've ever done tango, tango rhythms, and it is. We're bringing the tango to Muscatine.
And Richard, for you, is this your first time in the state of Iowa?
Have you been here before? No. I crossed. I just moved from Chicago to San Diego, California last September. So I drove through.
You made the long drive.
Yes.
Huh? So I'm from Chicago, so that's great to hear. How long were you in Chicago for?
7 years.
Good for you.
Yeah.
And you wanted to get to San Diego because you were tired of the snow, probably, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Those the winters are intense, right?
Yeah,
I mean, we had the longest winter ever. Jan can attest to that. I mean, it was just brutal. So when you get to town, did you get to town today, or have you been here for a few days?
No, last night.
Last night. Oh my gosh. So, and Jan, you can attest to this, and I know I read about this a little bit in the story that the Muscatine Journal wrote. You've been rehearsing a lot, but the weather has played a role in these rehearsals, because to play a show like this and to incorporate the tango, something that you haven't done, there's a lot of work, right? Folks at home, show up on Thursday at 7 o'clock, have a great time, but please appreciate the amount of effort that's gone into this.
Yes, right? Yes. We began rehearsals on January 19th.
Wow.
And then the next 3 Tuesdays we had snowstorms.
Oh, geez.
And so, so that I was becoming very nervous after having just one rehearsal. It was like, how are we going to get this all put together? But we have had 2 rehearsals a week for the month of March, and that got us put together.
So, Richard, how long have you been playing the bandoneon?
I started when I was 5.
You were 5 years old?
Yeah, my father played the same instrument, and my grandfather played the same instrument. And I started when I was 5, and I'm 42.
That is fantastic. So I was reading, so did you grow up in Argentina?
Yeah, I grew up in Argentina, and I moved to U.S. when I was 23.
Wow, so that's a long time. Argentina, this instrument, I mean, it seemed like after 1910 and then into the 1930s, thousands of them were showing up.
Yeah.
It seems, I don't have any experience with it outside of doing my homework to have you on the show and seeing it. I did my homework a little bit. I mean, it said somewhere between like 20 to 40,000 bandoneons showed up in Argentina, and it's just, I mean, it's a popular instrument, but for the majority of us, including people that are watching this show, they might be seeing it for the very first time.
Yeah, that's my father.
That's your father. Wow, that is incredible. So you started at 5, you've been playing for a while. Was it difficult to pick up or to perfect? You know what I mean? Is it a hard instrument to learn?
It's a very hard instrument, and it's still difficult.
Sure.
You know, you have to keep practicing always. It's an old instrument. It's coming from Germany. The instrument is from Germany. I know you wrote it. You read it. I moved to Argentina, and we have our folk playing with these instruments.
Wow.
Not just only tango. We have tango, and we have different kind of folk that we play with the instrument, with bandoneon.
Do you know how old that one is particular?
Yeah, this particular is 1938.
1938. It's in great shape.
Yeah.
I know
Beautiful.
that obviously you take care of it. Can you play just a little bit, and then we'll keep talking about the show? I just want folks.
So
to be able to
they create the instrument to play holy music, you
Okay.
know. So it sounds like holy music sounds like this.
Sure. Wow. Right.
When to Argentina we play folk or tango, that sounds like. No?
It's unbelievable to have you make just two entirely different sounds from the same instrument.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
so
a very
great.
melancholic instrument.
Sure.
But actually you can play whatever you want.
Right.
With all the instruments.
Absolutely.
And the bandoneon too. So you can play jazz and you can play tango. Everything.
Jan, you have to be so happy to have Richard here, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know how skilled he is, and he's sitting right here and just giving us a small example of what's going to happen on Thursday night. So before we get to the Thursday night show, will everybody get a chance to rehearse together now and kind of run through the show?
Yes. This
you will?
evening,
Okay.
we will have our rehearsal. In addition to having this unique instrument as part of our accompaniment, we will also have a string quintet,
Cool.
2 violins,
Okay.
viola, cello, bass, and solo piano. Our pianist is Sally Potter, and so Muscatine knows that she is an amazing pianist, and so we are so fortunate to have her talents with us as
Absolutely.
well. So it also features a mezzo-soprano soloist,
Wow.
and Jenny Colbert, who also is a Muscatine singer. She is there she is in the red,
Yes,
right there
right.
in front,
Good
and
call.
she is just doing an amazing job with that solo. And so again, we've got as Richard just mentioned, you've got the sacred, you've got that portion of it, but then one moment we'll be singing this beautiful full sacred music, and then all of a sudden we go into a tango rhythm
That's
and
fantastic.
with some really
Yeah.
jazz
Sure.
chords. So I think it's something that the Muscatine audiences have never heard before and are going to really enjoy.
I'm glad we have the information on the screen. Misa e Buenos Aires. Did I say that right? That's cool.
Misa Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. I love your accent.
I do too.
Your
Yeah,
accent
it's from the south.
it's so great. It's so great. Just a little bit, right? Yeah. That is not a Chicago accent, right? So the sounds and the acoustics that will be created inside a place like and the church, but it's definitely a venue to have their role in
beautiful in there, and voice chorale, and they sound like they're 85. And while we have strings quintet, it sounds like it's a beautiful venue to play in.
So how I know that from what I've looked at online and with the Facebook event and the flyer, it seems like the evening is structured. And is there like the second half? Will Richard have time to solo, or is that kind of how it's going to work?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
Sure.
So the mass, the Misa Buenos Aires mass is about 40 minutes long.
Sure.
And then Richard is going to play a variety of solo things.
Awesome.
Maybe you can tell them what you're going to be doing in your solo portion.
I'm gonna play different rhythm. I'm gonna start with one impromptu,
Sure.
my composition, impromptu number 1. I don't have the number 2 yet.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And I think that's an important thing we need to add. Not only is Richard an amazing bandoneonist, but he is a composer. So
I
he is
didn't realize
yes.
that. That's great.
So we need to, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just can do it all, huh? Man.
No, not all. So we're gonna start with that,
Yeah.
and we're gonna play some tango, and now
Sure.
I'm gonna play some folk too,
Awesome.
just to for the people of Muscatine,
Yeah.
to realize that what kind of music we have in Argentina.
I was going to
And-
say, because the assumption, unfortunately, could be, if you ask people what the perception was of Argentinian music, they might just assume it's only tango. But
Yes.
but folk music exists, right? And there's also different influences.
Yeah, and
that are
actually,
there.
that is the work I'm doing. I'm coming from the folk part of the
Sure.
of the Argentina, and I never went to Buenos Aires. Just jumped from my city to
Sure.
U.S.
Wow.
So, and I'm doing the mixing the folk rhythm of my province to classical music with classical music. So
That is
it's like
awesome.
contemporary classic folk music.
How have you been able to, has your style or influence changed with your time in the States now? I mean, with, seemingly over close to 20 years in the States, has that changed how you play or adapt different pieces? You know what I mean? Because there's probably not as many players even in the States,
Yeah.
right? Versus how many are still playing in Argentina.
Actually, always you change.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
it's just, I have been in the U.S. for 20 years, like
Yeah.
you said, and of course, things are going to change. You know, you have all the influence from
Sure.
jazz, and you have the influence from some folk music of U.S. or the south of U.S., and you try to catch. You know, you never stop learning.
Yep, absolutely.
So learning from different cultures make your music different,
Yeah.
and it's evolve.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
That word costs.
Evolve is
Evolve.
tough. Try saying Bandonian. That's where I'm stuck. I'll give you a pass on evolve, but I think it's so great. I mean, you have such rich history. I mean, with your family, right? This lineage,
Yeah.
your background. I mean, you started at 5, and to be able to sit here and to bring this to Muscatine is a big deal. And then somehow the show, and again, donations are accepted, but admission is free. So, Jan, I don't know who's pulling the strings behind the scenes here, but this is really exciting. So again, donations are more than welcome, right? But what an experience to have. So for folks that are seeing this and going, well, I'd love to show up, but what are tickets going to cost? I mean, the answer is it's free. You want to make a donation, that's great, but I don't know how you were able to do that, but that's wonderful.
And we were able, and I need to say, we were able to do that with the generosity of Muscatine.
Sure.
Our Civic Corral board has been out there asking, and so we received a generous grant from the Greater Muscatine Foundation,
Awesome.
from the Muscatine County Arts Council,
Sure.
and then from many individuals as well.
Yeah.
And again, and that's a testament to Muscatine's support of the arts. And as many years as I've been in the music scene in
Sure,
Muscatine,
sure.
that's one thing that I've always been able to count on.
I was going to say, it's got to make you feel pretty good to know that you've got the support right there with
Yes.
you throughout
Yes.
each different performance. But I mean, this feels special.
It is.
Right? I
It
mean,
is
it's
special.
totally different than anything that's been attempted. So again, for folks that are watching, Thursday, April 4th, 7 o'clock, Saints Mary and Matthias Catholic Church. 35 members is a lot. So are you, I mean, how does it work for people that are watching this and going, well, I sing, I'd like to come out? Are there tryouts at this point? I feel like if you have 35, maybe you do kind of have a tryout process.
Well, actually, we don't.
Okay.
And again, Richard and I were talking about this before the show. To me, music is something to be shared.
Yep.
And someone that enjoys music and loves to make music should have that opportunity. And so the music that we perform is a little more difficult than your church and your church choir music.
Yeah, sure.
And we have two concerts a year.
Wow.
But anyone who wants to sing, we meet on Tuesday evenings, 7 o'clock at Muscatine Community College in the music room, Strahan 21. And you're encouraged to come, and you'll know right away if it's something you want to do.
Yeah.
But we do not have an audition process, and so if you like to sing, we want you to come.
What an incredible experience if you think about it. the folks are going to be able to accompany, play alongside someone like Richard, who has just incredible experience and played on some pretty significant stages and settings. So we're very happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
And I know before, correct me if I'm wrong, before the show on Thursday, Richard's doing, is it workshops or are you going into the schools? What's going on? I was trying to remember what you said in the initial email.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will be at Muscatine Community College on Wednesday, and
Gotcha.
he'll be playing for the music department and students there. And
what a great experience, right?
Absolutely.
Again, we try to really bring in a lot in between, an evening like this and with the Chinese orchestra that was just here recently. I mean, you might not often think of Muscatine as a cultural hub, but it certainly is, right? And we can look to an event like this Thursday. Richard, I would love if you play a little bit more for us. I mean, people are going to watch this, and what I'm going to hear is they're going to say, "Why wouldn't you just stop talking and let the guy play?" So. By all means, Richard Scafaro, who you can see Thursday at 7 o'clock. Take it away, sir.
I'm going to play the rhythm of folk is totally different of the tango.
Okay.
Tango is very melancholic, and folk is melancholic, but the rhythm has more pace.
Sure.
I'm speaking very good English today.
No, you're doing great. This is fantastic. I'm so glad you're here. Use my microphone? Okay. All right. That is so great. Thank you very much. Richard, that is wonderful. So Thursday, 7 o'clock, St. Mary Matthias Catholic Church here in Muscatine. Jan, again, you have to just be, I know it's been a lot of work to get to this point, but here you sit just a few days out, and what a great evening it'll be. And a great experience for everybody in Muscatine that's going to watch this. So please get out and support this show if you could. Ryan, can we go to the flyer for the event? Everything is online, which is great, right? From the Muscatine Civic Chorale Facebook page to the event with all the information on it and contact info. And you can go to Richard's website, which we were showing you throughout the course of the show, and follow along and connect with him there. But most importantly, this is in our town, and it's a couple of days away, 7 o'clock. You can see the info for St. Mary Matthias Catholic Church. Jan is right. They just got done with some renovations, and what a great setting to have this in. Richard, the acoustics in this church are going to be, I mean, it'll sound so wonderful.
I'm looking forward for that.
Very rich in there, right?
Yes.
All right, Jan, I'm glad you reached out. When I got your email and I went to Richard's website, I was like, yeah, this is so wonderful to have you here, and I appreciate this very much. And I know that it'll be a success on Thursday. And yeah, thank you for being here, Jan.
Thank you.
Great to see you. Richard,
Thank
thank
you,
you, man.
Oh,
This
thank
is
you,
awesome.
Tony.
I love the fact that we have music on this show. I'm telling you, it's, we've had a couple people play the guitar, some folks show up and sing a little, but this is definitely one of a kind experience for us. So
next time we do music and we cook and we
yeah, we used to have a chef on the show. So if you know anybody,
Well, he's a cook.
Of course he is. Composer, musician, cook.
Yes.
You want to stay in Iowa? It only snows 1 or 2 days a year.
He's lying.
I'm lying to you, Richard. I'm sorry. He's in San Diego. I mean, that's just a little bit warmer than where we're at. All right, thank you both very much. I really appreciate it. Let's go to the aisle cam if we could, and then we'll send Cody off in the car cam. But I wanted to take a peek. We're right behind us with the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, looking at some donut holes because, well, I don't want to make any connections to our next guest and donuts because that would not be a fair assumption. But, maybe we'll send some back to West Liberty. Bakery Fresh donut holes, 18 count, $2.99, buy one get one free. Jake and the bakery crew, of course, celebrating with their Spring It On bakery BOGO flyer. You can grab one of these when you walk in the door and get all set. Jan, thank you. Richard, thank you so much. That was fantastic. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to get our next guest situated. Let's go to Cody in the cart cam. He does appear to be ready to roll, which is great. I don't even remember. Oh, I know where I was going to send Cody, of course. So, amongst other things, it is Autism Awareness Day. It is National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. It's Equal Pay Day. And it's Ferret Day. So, I don't know if anybody watching has a pet ferret, but, it's not for me, but if it's for you, that's fine. So, Cody is going to show us where the peanut butter and jelly is at in your Muscatine Hy-Vee, and I asked him to find the biggest container of peanut butter and bring it back to us. Hold on, I'm gonna just change that a little bit. Chief, there we go. All right, so Cody, I've told you that my favorite thing to do is to take peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and to put a little bit of Doritos in between the sandwich. I think it's a good idea. Cody's looking for the largest container of peanut butter, and he has found it. Oh my gosh. That is like a commercial grade GIF. Is Chief's mic hot? I feel like he wants to comment on some of this peanut butter.
I don't know if you got me yet or not.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay.
West Liberty Police Chief Kerry Kenneth is with us. So are you a peanut butter and jelly guy?
Jelly.
Jelly.
Grape. Concord, or what do they call it?
So you're just doing a jelly sandwich, no peanut butter?
Yeah, maybe just a tiny layer of peanut butter.
Peanut butter's good for you.
Well, Reese's, but not too healthy. You can't. Let's not extend this too far.
Specifically, the Reese's peanut butter that is shaped like the egg, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely healthy.
This is the time of the year too.
I was gonna say this is the time of the year.
You know what the best day of the year is, Tony?
What's that?
It's the day after Easter when you get the half-price candy.
You're not wrong.
The most wonderful time of the year.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for coming on the
show.
It's really great to have you
Always
here.
Good to be here.
So you're right. We had that just recently with Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
The amount of sales that we had the next day. So many of my coworkers were just grabbing like the bags of the Dove's chocolates.
Well, and you don't get a body like this skipping those days. So.
All right, so you're here for a great reason. I was saying this before we started. I've known a lot of people in law enforcement, with my father having been a Chicago police officer, and the business that I've been in my life and dealing with different departments in all different locations. But I have to say, when it comes to public relations and community service, I don't know if anybody does a better job than you do, and I mean that.
I appreciate it.
And the thing that Chief is here to talk about today, and Cody, I want you to zoom in on this, and Chief's got it on his sleeve, the brand new West Liberty Police Department Autism Awareness patch. So you had told me, Chief, that this was something you were going to put together, and then the next thing I know, you sent me a picture of what it was going to look like, and now it's in my hand. This is exciting, buddy.
We love it. And actually, hot off the press this morning, CBS News on a national scale is going to do a story. They're going to have it either on their website or maybe on the news tonight.
No way.
Yeah, they're going to use some of our pictures and talk about what we do here. So that's a pretty cool deal. And
it's fantastic.
I was talking with their one of their producers today, and it's it's a great deal. And we're getting tremendous feedback on it. We're getting about 10. Since we put this out, we're getting about 10 letters a day from all over.
Wow.
They're coming in. We just got one from Germany.
Oh my gosh.
From overseas, from all over the United States, people are wanting these patches, and we still have some left, but I don't know if we go national. I'm not sure what we're going to do.
I was going to say, how many did you start with in your initial order?
About 250.
Oh, Chief.
I'm kind of like Oprah. Here's a patch. Because I give them to people because I like the idea of, if your child has autism or something, we usually we've been doing that in town is giving them to the parents of children with autism. So it's been a great outreach for us.
So for the folks at home that want to support the cause, and by the way, we've got some great coverage from, I think this is the KCRG story. So it's always good to have that support as well from the media. This is a fundraiser as much as it is about autism awareness. And today, of course, very fitting to have you here on Autism Awareness Day. Proceeds from this patch also going to help out, right?
Yeah, we're accepting $20 donations for the patch, and all the proceeds will go to the Stead Family Children's Autism section.
Yep.
So I think we're pushing $1,000 already.
That is incredible.
And yeah, that's in 3 days or whatever it's been. So I've got people that are approaching me on the street asking for them. I've got again, they're coming in from all over the country, and you know, we got some really cool pictures. I see Ryan put something up there. We have some really cool pictures of where these patches have already gone, and the parents and the kids are so proud to have them. And the picture right there, this little man yesterday, it's his birthday in a couple days.
Sure.
And we're asking people to check out our Facebook page and wish him a happy birthday. He's from up by Decorah. His mom sent me a really nice letter.
Yeah, Ryan, click on the letter if you could. So that's our friend Tanner, who's turning 9 on April 8th. And I'll read this. Officers talk to everyone, and they take bad people to jail, and they work hard on the law every day, and they have police cars and keep people safe, and they go to the police station. They work hard. The sheriff's office plays with kids at schools, and sometimes they have a laptop in the police car. That is from Tanner, right? So that's fantastic.
He's a cool kid.
Right?
And,
I mean, Tanner has a great sense for what folks like Chief and his, your fellow officers throughout the state and the country do every day. And that's just it, right? I mean, the fact that you're aware enough that there are so many families with not only children, but adults with autism in the area. This is such a great thing.
They say it's Tony. They say it's like 1 in 59 are affected,
Yep.
and we're no different than any other community. I think in our school district, I think there's around 15 that have been identified, but some of them probably fit the spectrum and haven't been identified yet. So, and I'm sure the numbers would be the 1 in 59 in Muscatine area as well. So, it affects us all. It's kind of like other outreach we've done with breast cancer awareness and Special Olympics. And I've got a few more patches up my sleeve. People are giving me a hard time because I'm going to need Velcro
run out of space,
with all the, or I'm going to look like a NASCAR sponsored police chief, I guess, with all my patches and stuff. But we've got a couple. We got a couple ideas. Some of them I can't really. I don't know if I should even bring them up on air.
Not
but
yet.
There's one
not
that's.
Yet.
Well, there was. Well, I will say there was one. Somebody wanted me to do a St. Patrick's Day patch, and I thought that is a cool idea, but sometimes that's kind of affiliated with some excessiveness.
Right.
And so I'm not sure if that's the right route to go. So.
Your business cards already are get out of jail free cards.
Yes.
Ryan Broderson very excited to say that he still has your card that you
Ryan
gave him.
hasn't had to use it yet, which is surprising.
That's
actually quite surprising to me. But
why is it important for you? Because, and I don't imagine you deal with any detractors when you do something like this, but you have a very important job, policing West Liberty, keeping people safe. But why, Chief, is it so important for you to be connected to your community and to do outreach like this? I know the answer, but for the folks at home, because you've been doing this throughout your entire career, and certainly West Liberty, the residents of West Liberty and everybody throughout Muscatine County are noticing what you're doing. But why is it so important to you to do things like this?
Those are basically, it's an icebreaker, if nothing else.
Sure.
They see my colorful patch, and people want to, get a little closer, see what it says, and then once you do, then the conversation starts. And because sometimes we can be, we're intimidating with all our gold, flashy stuff we wear, and ties and hats and shiny uniforms and shiny boots, and we want people to feel comfortable coming up and talk to us. It doesn't matter what the situation is about. If we can break the ice, and then down the road, maybe they will need us. Maybe initially when we meet them, it's just a pleasant conversation about something, and then down the road, maybe they need law enforcement help with something, so they've already established some kind of a rapport with us. So,
you've had such a great over a year now with getting recognition for the women's self-defense classes, of course these patches, but it's every day that your department and yourself and your officers are making a difference. And it really seems like for people in West Liberty, I don't want to say that they're starting to police themselves, but maybe everybody's paying just a little bit more attention because first of all, they love where they live. They want it to be a safe place. And if, God forbid anything does go wrong, they can trust that you and your department will be there. And that's a big thing to gain, no matter the size of the community, is the trust.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying that everybody's 100% in, because certainly there are those, quote unquote, folks that are going to break the law or troublemakers or whatever. But you have gotten your town behind you, and that takes a lot of work, and it's certainly going to be a continuous thing. But that,
sure.
That's something that's happening, right?
Well, we have a great community, and that's and you really need to embrace the community too.
Sure.
If I sat at my desk 8 to 4 and I didn't get out and get involved and visit with people, we wouldn't have the level of trust and confidence that I believe we have. And
sure.
we were there was a rating. We were rated, I think, number 5 or number 6 safest community in Iowa,
wow.
which I think we're number 1. I think
sure.
those stats are skewed, but we have a great community, great community leadership,
yeah.
and that all trickles down. I've got a great staff.
Mm-hmm.
We have great support, and that's where it's at. We are public servants. That's our role, and we are here to help those that need the help and to watch out for people.
So 250 of the Autism Awareness West Liberty Police Department patches in the initial order, potential for some national coverage with CBS News. It's a good story. Today, April 2nd, is Autism Awareness Day. Whether you know this or not, maybe you do. My brother-in-law, Nolan, has autism.
I did not.
Right? So that's my wife. People always ask me, what does your wife do? And she works full-time with my brother-in-law.
Well, not only was I going to give you one, I'm going to give Nolan one too. Then,
well,
so
you're too kind.
I'm Oprah again. Here we go. Here's the patch.
I'm going to pay for both of these. I'm
no worries.
I'm going to pay for it, and
Okay.
I want to send Ryan with my debit card. I just don't know if I can trust him.
I wouldn't send Ryan. Is there? You got other
Well,
options
Cody,
available,
yeah,
so.
maybe Cody, Chad.
Could be a little.
We'll see. But so what I'm saying is, like, I say this a lot on this show. I've had folks with, I hate even saying special needs. It's a part of my life forever. I have a cousin, my cousin Michelle, does not have autism but has special needs, and she's maybe 45. So I haven't, when I see people with special needs, I don't see the disability or the diagnosis. I just see a person. And what I always tell people is that we're all different in our own way,
yeah,
right? Every single one of us is different and unique in our own way. And people with autism, for sure, the biggest struggle that they have is that it's people sometimes assume that they're not cognizant to what's going on or aware, and they 100% are. The problem is they just can't communicate it. It was described to me that having a brain that's dealing with autism is like walking through a pitch black room full of punching bags.
Wow.
Right? You just you know what's going on, you just can't verbalize it or properly express what's happening. So that's why I feel so strongly about what you're doing, because we deal with it in my family, and I hope that people, even if they don't have any personal connection to someone with autism, they can at least be empathetic, right, and understand.
And that's a huge deal, and that's to a person, everybody I talk to, they are not ashamed of it.
Sure.
the family members, whatever, they're proud of their children. There's nothing to be ashamed of. We're all dealt a different hand in life,
right?
And we all have abilities and special abilities. The thing is just treat people like you want to be treated,
right.
and be respectful.
Yeah, it goes a long way, and we can start that early on, and that's where I think having the outreach and the ability like you do to get into the schools in West Liberty and to be at events and to have children come up and not have that fear or caution when they see police, right?
Tony, one of the worst things I hear, like I'll walk in someplace and it'll be, oh, you better be good or he's going to get you. The parent will be saying, the police officer's going to get you. Like, no, I'll probably get you, mom or dad, if you say that, because that's not true at all.
Right.
And that's one of the worst things we hear is we're going to get you. No, we're not going to get you. We're going to help you.
We're going to help
you. Want you to feel comfortable. We're a community helper. We want you to be able to feel comfortable in approaching us if you need us. And so please, parents, if you're watching this, don't do that.
Yeah,
don't say those things.
Threaten that you'll take your kids to the fire department.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right? Let's take it all, or the sheriff's office. Sheriff C.J. Ryan can handle it. Leave the West Liberty PD alone. They're super nice unless you break the law. And just so many great pictures. Again, you guys have such a good social media presence on Facebook, West Liberty, Iowa Police Department. I wonder, we're sitting here, and there was a picture of dog poop.
Wait a minute.
We're sitting here. We're sitting here on April 2nd.
Ryan's always got to do something, doesn't he?
I'm surprised he hasn't brought over any of those donut holes.
Really?
Trying to stereotype.
But
we're sitting here April 2nd. We have a chance. I'm sorry, Chief.
That's all right.
We've got a chance for some
I got big shoulders.
70 degree weather on Sunday.
Really?
How
Nice.
does weather affect policing? We had a terrible winter. Is crime
absolutely
down in
does.
the winter, and then will it start to heat up, so to speak?
Here's the thing. So I literally haven't seen my neighbors for like 6 or 8 weeks. Literally, you just don't see anybody.
Right.
This has been the worst winter in memory. And, for 6 to 8 weeks there, it was just miserable cold. There was snow or we missed school. And it's so nice now. I'm out walking the dog and I'll see my neighbors and we kind of reconnect because we've been stopping around, visiting some folks. We try to, we have some of the seniors in town we try to check in on and live alone. And, it's just nice again to be back outside. The other day we did a Gatorade giveaway. We were out handing out Gatorade to kids. We like to do that stuff just to, and soon it'll be M&Ms. I've got some M&M stash, so we're gonna be having a little M&M giveaway. Because if I don't give them away, it's gonna end up in the wrong spot. Nobody needs that.
So again, you do such a great job, and I know we're all ready to breathe this collective sigh of relief with spring being here and being able to get outside and enjoy the parks and the just not being inside. That can lead to a couple of things. So, I have a lot of friends that ride motorcycles. We need to be paying attention for our friends on motorcycles and bicycles. But then also, Chief, it's just little things like, maybe some of us are more inclined to roll through a stop sign when it's cold out and there's nobody out. And pretty soon kids are going to be in the streets and chasing things. And just like in Muscatine, in West Liberty, you just want people to pay attention, right?
We have a
it can
lot
be just
of
as easy as that.
West Liberty in particular, and I would imagine Muscatine, we have a ton of pedestrian traffic. We have a lot of kids that walk to school. In the last couple mornings we've been doing, we always do school patrols, but we've been doing some extra radar enforcement sort of things. And, we've got people 15, 17 miles an hour over the speed limit in a school zone. And little kids, around and stuff. And, we don't have any time or patience for that. So it not only will you'll get a ticket, but it's going to affect your insurance. I mean, it's a trickle-down effect for everything that'll occur. Plus, God forbid, if you were to strike a kid, hit a kid, I'm sure you couldn't live with yourself. So you don't drive crappy. You don't want somebody driving crappy in your neighborhood. Don't do it in somebody else's.
Yeah, just pay attention. I mean, it's definitely that time of year when things are going to start to change. And, again, I'll say this. If you're watching this and you're interested in picking up one of these patches, you should have already probably sent a message to the Facebook page.
You may want to act fairly quickly.
Because if you're watching this on cable tonight, they could be sold out, right?
I would imagine if it goes on national news, I would think I just talked to my vendor that does these, and he does a really good job. He gives me a great rate on them, and I said he might want to warm up the machine because we might need a few more, which would be great too.
So outside of where you've spent time in Mitchellville, is that correct?
Yes.
And now West Liberty, are you aware of any other departments in the state of Iowa that are doing something
there was
like
one
this?
other one, I believe,
Sure.
and there is some on a national level that have done them. I don't think I created the wheel. We didn't create the wheel by any stretch, but I saw it actually, and I'm like, man, I got to do that because I loved it. I love the colors, and I love how I love the story behind it too.
It's very powerful. There's a lot of people with autism or on the autism spectrum in Muscatine County, and this is great. My wife, when we were in the Quad Cities, she worked for the Quad City Autism Center.
Oh, did
so
she?
there are places like that are doing, and there's people that work there every single day that are working one-on-one with children and young people that have autism, and they're making a difference, and they're teaching them how skills that allow them to have a little bit more independence, things that you and I and everybody else might take for granted. So it's just good to know that there are so many great resources throughout Muscatine and West Liberty, and certainly Iowa City with the University of Iowa's Children's Stead Family Hospital and the things that they're doing. And one of these days we hope to be able to figure out this autism thing, but in the meanwhile we've got to continue to create awareness, and this is how we're going to do it, with folks like yourself leading by example, right?
Well, we got invited to there's an autism walk in Iowa City, and what's really neat is we've had so many people reach out to us about different things. There's an autism walk now that we've got invited to, and there's actually some training that we're going to get. A gentleman contacted us. He does training throughout Iowa with first responders on how to how to deal with a person with autism, because they're going to act differently than somebody that doesn't have autism. So we have to watch for those cues and get all the training we can.
So I wanted to read something, and there's the Iowa City Autism Fun Walk. One of my wife's former coworkers at the Quad City Autism Center, her name is Suzanne, and she was in my wedding, and she's great. And she wrote a long post on Facebook last night, but part of it, and she concluded it with this: autism is not a disease, and nobody that I know aims to cure it. It is a developmental disability that presents as marked deficits in communication, social skills, and the presence of restricted and repetitive behaviors. And our only goal is to give a child every opportunity to succeed.
Amen.
So that's just it, right? Mm-hmm. We also need to understand that when we talk about autism, it is not a disease. So there are so many different things that we can do. You can show your support in a variety of ways. Cody, I want you to zoom in on these because, we can show the pictures, but when you've got it in your hand, it's that much more meaningful. And the West Liberty Police Department and Police Chief Carrie Kinmouth doing such a great job. I love that you did the Special Olympics one, the breast cancer one. The Special Olympics one is at my house. The breast cancer one is in my office, and I'm excited to be able to present one of these to my brother-in-law. And I hope you just know that you're making a difference. I mean, in addition to everything that you do every day, and you made the decision a long time ago to get into this life.
Long time ago, actually.
That is, well,
long time
I don't
ago.
want to, I mean.
I'm a year and a half from retirement.
No
then
way!
Then I'm day to day. Then I'm like a football player that's hurt. I told my wife.
Half from retirement?
I am. I told my wife I might be in the middle of a call and say, I've had enough. Come get me. I'm tapping out. I've had it.
So I was I didn't think I was gonna ask you this because I don't want to put you on the spot, but a year and a half away from retirement. So does that mean that you will be staying in the West Liberty area for the foreseeable future?
I have my eyes on being a snowbird at least,
okay,
or possibly Florida. I'm kind of I'm that guy because I'm after this. But with
respect to your career.
Oh yeah, you never know.
Well, you never know.
You
sure.
never know. I wouldn't. I've had people ask me that too, and it's nice that people would like me to stay.
Sure.
I think hopefully there's 51 to 49. You always keep that score. 51% want you to stay, and that's a good day if it is. So yeah, you never know. I mean, sure. I have aspirations, maybe one more stop, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
Well, it's been a good tour if you'll have it.
Yeah,
and this run in West Liberty is a good one, and you're setting everybody up for success. That's the thing. Even if you do have a year and a half left or however long, you know that the officers that you've worked with have had a great experience, and as they progress in their careers, they will be able to take what they've learned from someone like yourself.
You want a little bit of a legacy. You want to have. My son's 20 and he's in law enforcement now, and that's my legacy coming up. And I try to instill the values and things and the beliefs that I want him to have. And the biggest thing anybody can do, is just common sense.
Yep.
We just have a common sense approach to dealing with people and to law enforcement.
Well, and it's been tough recently with some state troopers that have been
miserable.
Just
miserable.
Some sad stories, losing their lives out on the job, taking calls.
Just along the road, trying to assist or help someone or whatever. And we've had 2 or 3 in Illinois here in the last few weeks or less even, and it's very frustrating because you see that when you drive along the interstate and you'll see vehicles that don't move over, and it's just, gosh, I wish I was working because I would sure like to have a conversation with that person.
It drives me nuts that we have to, and I'm glad that it's happening and that there's been awareness with people making posts about moving over, and it's been officers' kids, but it drives me crazy, Chief, that we have. It's just such
common sense.
To harken back to what you said, it's just such a common sense thing that if you see a police officer and they have somebody pulled over, move out of the way. Treat it like it's an ambulance, right? And get out of the way. Like, don't get
treat it like it's your family member. Along the way, because that's somebody's dad, that's somebody's mom, that's somebody's brother, sister, whatever. So, it's been really frustrating seeing this.
Well, and the goal, like everybody, all of us, no matter what our chosen career field is, the goal is to go to work and then come home from work.
That's the plan every day,
and that's what we aim to do. So, all right, Chief, you're a good man. The autism awareness patches are going quickly. look for some coverage on CBS News or on their website, and I can't wait to see what they do for you, and I hope you keep up the good work, and we'll see what's next, right? I wonder what the next patch will be, and when that happens, you'll have to come back, and certainly it'll be a busy spring and summer with all the different events that happen in West Liberty and your involvement there, and just know that you've got friends here at the show, that's for sure.
Awesome. Well, I always appreciate coming on, Tony.
Good to see you, brother.
Thank you.
And I know that you, like me, you've been hitting the gym.
I just came from the gym before I got here.
Look
Seriously,
at
the YMCA is great over here. I wish it was a little closer.
Sure.
But I was sweating so bad when I came in here. I thought I probably stink. I'm sorry.
That's all right. The next patch the Chief is going to do, it's going to be me and Chief in bathing suits. We're going to be bathing suit models.
Okay. Well,
and those will sell like hotcakes.
Yeah, I'm guessing there'll be a market for those, huh?
Yeah, it could be the dad bod patch.
Dad bods. Okay.
Right?
Grandpa bods for me, maybe. But
dad bod. Me and you, Chief. What do you think? We could do it.
Okay.
Yeah? It could be the Chief and the beef.
Sometimes it's just best to
all right.
keep my mouth shut. It was tough enough act to follow with the.
I know, with the bandolion.
What was that thing called?
Bandolion, I think. I feel like I'm still saying it wrong.
I don't know. Could you pull it off though? Do you
no,
think you could?
no way. By the way, did anybody take you up on your April Fool's Day post yesterday? Anybody turn themselves in?
Not yet.
Accidentally?
Not
okay,
yet.
I saw that. That was fantastic.
It's early. Not yet. We'll probably have a 420 post too.
Oh, good. 420 coming up soon. Right. Look out
there
for that. All right, Chief, thank you very much. And again, these are going quick. Get them while they last. Autism awareness patches with the West Liberty Police Department. Ryan, as we get Chief back to work, can we go back to the Facebook page and show the April Fool's Day post from the West Liberty Police Department Facebook page, because it was a good one. These patches are great, and I hope that you support them, that's for sure. And here is the Facebook page for the West Liberty, Iowa Police Department. There it is right there. All right, pull that up, Brian. Let's go full screen on that if we could. This is so good. It says, attention drug dealers. If your drug dealing competition is costing you money, we offer a free service to help you eliminate the competition. Report your competition to us. Oh, it's so good. I hope that somebody takes him up on that offer. That is great. You got to have a good sense of humor. Hours that you like to sell to not disturb you at the bottom. Oh, that's great. This is so good. The awareness and the difference that's being made, and the names of whom you like to sell to. Oh, this is so great. They do such a good job, I'm telling you, right? I mean, his business card, Ryan, you've got it, the get out of jail free card. Can you hand it to me? I'm sure Chief's got, the business cards are just the best. It's a get out of jail free card. And I know that we talked about this the last time. Ryan's waiting to come speeding through West Liberty. I just want to show this really quick. Oh, he's got Kim's as well, Officer Halpane. So, all right, so check this out. These are great cards, and I'll show you what's on the back of Kim's in a second. But this is Chief's card, right? Get out of jail free card. This card may be kept until needed or sold. And then on the back, you can see it's got the info. And then on the back of Kim's card, this is great, right? Is that Kim Possible? Is that who that is? Nice. It's awesome. Hopefully there's no trademark issues there. But, you know, that's great. I love it. Great guy. Great guest to have. And what a good job he does, right? I mean, you think about people in law enforcement, and I think about my dad, who spent 30 years on the job, and Chad's dad, police officer, and all the folks that choose that job, and that's what it is, right? They get up and they go to work, and then they just want to come home at the end of the day, at the end of their shift, if you will, right? All right, very good. Busy show. Holy smokes, a lot going on. So again, I mentioned Autism Awareness Day going on, and Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. I would be remiss to not say, Cody, bring it on. The giant container of Jif. This is like industrial. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of peanut butter. Look at that. In case you need 4 pounds of Jif peanut butter. 4 pounds? Wow. It's going to make a serious sandwich right there. Sorry, I'll take my sausage hand off of it. There we go. 4 pounds of peanut butter. 140 milligrams of sodium. 3.5 saturated fat. Give me a spoon and a bag of Oreos. Okay, hold the Oreos. Pregnancy craving. Oreos, peanut butter. That's what my wife would tell you. I think it was a pregnancy craving. Or it's just really good. It's not really for me, but I do love peanut butter. 4 pounds. I mean, you could this is dual purpose, right? You're making a PB&J, and then you're just curling it out, right? You're doing a little overhead press. I mean, CrossFit, right down the street, right? Warrior CrossFit. We could supply them with their weights. Oh, you ran out of kettlebells? How about 4 pounds of Jif? You could throw that around. Holy moly. Could knock somebody out. All right, a couple things I'll mention, and then we'll get out of here. I should go in order, right? I should go in order. So today is Tuesday. We've got the Tuesday Burger Night deal in the Market Grill Express. All of the burgers on the menu from 4 to 7 p.m. are $8, and it includes unlimited fries or tater tots. Now, if you know anything about the burgers in the Market Grill Express, they are gigantic and hand-pattied, right? These burgers are pattied by hand. They got a little bit of secret seasoning in them. It's magic, and they're great. So $8. Normally, they're not $8, so you're saving $3 to $4 on some of them. This includes like the mac and cheese burger, the burger, I think it's called Rise and Shine, with an egg on it and bacon. Whoever the first person was to put an egg on a burger, I just want to say, God bless you. You're smart. It's a great combo. I feel like some people can't do it. The egg on the burger, I like it. I like it a lot. As a matter of fact, I have a burger for lunch in a little Tupperware container without a bun because I'm boring. But by all means, come tonight, 4 till 7 each and every Tuesday, and have a burger. Unlimited fries, unlimited tater tots, and each of the French fries are hand cut as well, so you know that those are very good. This is exciting, and I didn't send this to Ryan because I don't want you to have a digital copy of it. You got to get this. This is tangible. These are food service coupons, right? So, and I love how this looks. Oh, you have it. How dare you? These were printed. I guess I forgot that I sent it. It's good, but you got to get it in the store to use them, okay? Shout out to Sycamore Printing. These look really good. I just now am appreciating that. So these are deals good through Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, and you can check it out. You can get meatloaf and 2 side dishes for just $7. $2 off any regular price appetizer from the Market Grill Express. That's a great deal. All you can eat salad and soup for $5.99. That's a dine-in only. 2 slices of pizza and 2 breadsticks for $3.99. We call that the Delmer deal. Any regular price breakfast, $1 off, or 8 pieces of fried chicken, as Delmer calls that, an appetizer, $7.99. Get those coupons or coupons off of the spindle when you walk in the store. It's really easy to do. You'll see it, and then you grab it, and then you use scissors. Where are they at? They're down here. And then on the back side, there's coupons for next week, but we won't talk about those yet because we're talking about these. This looks, I'm telling you, this looks very sharp. So speaking of things that are on the spindle, the bakery spring BOGO, buy one, get one free. Everything that's on here is buy one, get one free. Don't do it again. Everything that, Ryan, come on, give me some flyer and sep. Thank you. BOGO, hamburger buns, cinnamon crispies, cinnamon crumb bars, also garlic crown bread. The colors on this, I know I said this yesterday, they're just popping. Garlic foil bread, and then the aforementioned in the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, the donut holes, 18, so do the math on this, 18 donut holes, $3.49, and you buy one, you get one free, so that's 36 donut holes. That's a lot. And our donut holes, can we go to the aisle cam really quick? The size of these donut holes, and they're even cheaper than they are on the flyer. So that's even better. That's even a better deal. $2.99. Well, maybe somebody made a typo. It's even a better deal. Look at the size of those donut holes. At one point, are they not a donut hole anymore? Those things are bigly. Buy one, get one in the bakery. And everything, again, made fresh, right? You know what I got to do yesterday? Darn it, I had to take a picture of the Easter cutout cookies, the iced cutout cookies. Darn it. And guess what? Had to sample one. 2.5? Okay, it was 2.5. Fine, I'm sorry. Someone had to do it, and it was me. And then Steve Graham had a couple as well. He's off today, I can say that. Last thing that I'll mention is Breakfast with Gary Dolphin, voice of the Iowa Hawkeyes. I've been sitting so long that I'm like at the point of the show where I have to stand up because I'm a giant person and I'm antsy. So Breakfast with Gary Dolphin, he's the voice of the Iowa Hawkeyes. This is coming up on Saturday, standing up, April 13th. It's good to stand up after a while. I could put my microphone on the peanut butter. Ooh, new mic stand. Saturday, April 13th, 8 till 10 in the Market Grill Express. You can meet and greet with Gary Dolphin, voice of the Hawkeyes, who will be back calling Iowa football in the fall. We'll have a little bit of a Q&A that'll be moderated by Brian Musell, who is the voice of the Muskies, and we appreciate Gary Dolphin coming to town. And shout out to my friends at the Merrill Hotel and Conference Center. You know, I thought about it this morning when I knew that Chief was going to be here. I almost suggested that he and I stand, just because he is a big dude. Chief Kinmouth is a big guy, and so am I. And it might just have been too much. It might have been just too much if we were standing. We're just so menacing because we're just handsome and we're big people. He was at the gym, though. That's the difference between Chief Kinmouth and I. He worked out before he did the show. I just didn't sleep because my 6-month-old daughter kept waking up all night. So I digress. All right. Thank you for watching. Thanks again to Jan Phillips and Richard Scafaro. The Bandonian, he said band and then accordion. Bandian. Bandonian. Accordion. Bandonian. Bandonian. He played on the show. Rewatch it. Wasn't that cool? You can see Richard and Jan and everybody with the Civic Corral, even though I thought it was Coral. Corral. Can tomorrow's guests just have easy things to pronounce? Corral Bandonian. Thursday night, 7 o'clock at St. Mary Matthias Church. They're doing a show. It is free admission. You can make a donation if you like and support all of our friends that will be performing there. It's Misa e Buenos Aires. Richard's accent is wonderful. He's been playing the bandonian for, I would say, over 30 years, based on what he told us. Grew up in Argentina and has been in the States for about 20 to 25 years. Just moved from Chicago to San Diego and is in Muscatine, Iowa, performing with the Muscatine Civic Corral Thursday at 7 o'clock, thanks to Jan Phillips. Jan's great, by the way. So, fun fact for those of you playing along at home, I think Jan's daughter, Kristen, is married to Chris Hassel, who used to work for ESPN and now works for CBS. And I went to college with him. So now you know, in case you're ever playing Tony Tone, you know, Monopoly or whatever, that wouldn't work. Whatever the game is, you know, Cards Against Tone Manity, you could use that one. That would work. And thanks to Police Chief Kerry Kinmouth with the West Liberty Police Department, the autism awareness patches are selling quickly. Started with 250 of them. They're $20, and proceeds going to the University of Iowa Stead Family Hospital and autism research and all the good work that they're doing. We are huge supporters of Chief Kinmouth and all the work that they do in West Liberty. It's just fantastic. I can't say enough about it. Thank you for watching Hy-Vee today. Thanks to our friends at CBI Bank and Trust for the aisle cam, Toyota of Muscatine with the cart cam. This is the official cart cam gesture. And team staffing will have the job board for you on Wednesday. Email me guest suggestions if there's someone that you think we should talk to, if we're missing something. I mean, I can't claim to know everything. As much as I try to tell my wife that, it's not true. So please send me your guest suggestions, hyveetoday@gmail.com. Shoot us a Facebook message. You can call me at the store, drop off a flyer. If there's something good going on throughout Muscatine County, we want to talk about it. And that's the whole purpose of this show, is to do just that. Come out and see us if you need anything. Grab a burger tonight for $8, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you all for watching. And somebody please buy my house, will you? It's a great house, Adventureland tickets, and I'll even throw in a 4-pound thing of peanut butter if I have to. What do we got to do to make a deal? What do you need? You need my dog? You can have him. You want Ryan Broderson to come take pictures? He'd do it. You want to keep the trampoline? It's yours. You know what I don't want to do is take apart a trampoline to move it. You're keeping the trampoline. You're welcome. All right. Thanks for watching. That's it. Goodbye.
Muscatine.